Welcome to Behind the Scare, where I break down independent horror shorts to see what works, what doesn't, and what I can learn from them for my own horror films. Today, we're watching Double Vision. And a quick shout out to the filmmaker, Miss Isabel Kaiser, who basically wore every single hat underneath the sun. She wrote this thing, she directed this thing, she edited this thing, and she starred in this film. So if you're ready, let's watch it. Right away, the sounds hit me right in the face. We've got this kind of like low hum underneath everything, plus those exaggerated creaking sound effects. It works for me. It immediately tells me, hey, I'm in a horror movie. But some of these effects feel a little hot in the mic. I could be wrong, but we'll see if it corrects itself. Okay. Why are we getting this close to the snack vending machine? I like, cookies and Doritos and stuff like that too. But from a filmmaker perspective, these are considered like extreme insert shots, right? Or at least, very close up insert shots. And it's kind of like telling me, look for details. There's something here. And I'm looking, and I'll be honest, I don't see any clues or anything that is going to be advancing the story in this vending machine. I don't know if there's something hiding in there. I don't know if this was an opportunity for a jump scare. Like somebody could have came up behind and say, rah! I don't know what I'm supposed to notice here. And then she didn't even get anything out of the snap machine. So I don't know. I'm a little confused by that scene, but I'm still rocking with it. Let's go. Okay, this is our first sighting, and it was a little bit creepy. But here's something that I would probably change if this was me. So immediately I noticed she kind of like does this thing where she like look behind her, even though this kind of like weird woman is standing in front of her. And that really to me feels like the only reason why she did that is as a filmmaker, she wanted to make, a clean transition between the doppelganger being there and then disappearing. So for me, I would have gave her a more obvious reason, to turn around and look behind her. Maybe a car passed by and made some loud noise. Something fell on the ground. I don't know. A cat said, meow, behind her, like something. Like we need an actual real reason for her to turn around, not just, there's this strange thing in front of me, but I'm going to take my eyes off of it and then look behind me and then turn around and then poof, she's gone like Houdini. And also, if I just saw myself standing there, like kind of like staring at me, and then I looked again and I was like gone, I'm probably going to need a little bit more of a reaction from the lead actress. Like, most people wouldn't just sit there and take that. I don't know. Let's keep watching. Okay. Now, this is a very, 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 very beautiful cinematic shot here, but there's a problem. And the problem isn't with the shot, it's with the execution of the shot. Look at that beautiful open window behind her. I would have put the doppelganger right there, already inside the building. Now, what I would have did was have her kind of like fiddling around with the door. As the viewer, as the audience, we could see the doppelganger in the building, inside of that like window. And then when she turns to look, the doppelganger's gone. We've already done a Houdini at once. We could do it again. I think that's a stronger tool, especially when you got such strong framing. Again, I would have held it just long enough for the viewer to see it, but not the main actress. Because this is when she comes inside and then, she kind of locks the door. She thinks she's locking the monster outside, but the audience, the viewer knows that she just locked herself inside with the doppelganger, which to me, I think is a little bit scarier. Yeah, tomatoes. Let's keep watching. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. I really, 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 really like, the fact that the door opened up behind her while she was kind of like typing away on the computer. I think that's really good horror. But again, listen to the sound design in this whole scene. It just seems off to me. Like, for instance, it opens up with her typing and it sounds like she's typing with like her fingers are like the size of like cave person hands. Like it's like, dun, 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 dun. Like it's so loud and it's taking up so much headspace, like so much like ambiance and like spectrum in the room that when she stops doing it, it leaves this void behind and it's so noticeable because there's no music or anything. The typing was just too loud in my opinion. And again, once it stops, you can really hear like the whole soundscape change. And if you listen really, really closely, you can even hear that it almost sounds like the ambience or the room tone. Like they maybe when she was recording it, she kind of forgot to record the room tone. Something went wrong there. And I think a easy fix would have been to just, because she brought the music in, but the music should have came in a little bit earlier, especially when she stopped like typing to kind of fill that void that was left from all that awkward, loud, finger tapping, finger thumping or whatever she was doing at the beginning. So yeah, she could have just started music a little bit earlier and it would have kind of helped set the scene up, whatever. All right. I got an issue. Okay, first of all, I think the framing is awesome here. The room behind her just kind of disappears into like the darkness. Like that's awesome. I love everything about that. I mean, anything could have been standing behind her. Great cinematography here. But didn't we just see her make this big point, like go out of her way to make sure the door was closed? She locked herself or locked the thing outside, supposedly. And then she walks downstairs and the door's wide open. So again, as a viewer, I have questions. Is the doppelganger a locksmith or a master thief? Why? I mean, is it supernatural? Is it not supernatural? Because I really like the concept of it being supernatural. I think it's scarier. And if it's supernatural, then why are we writing in caveats that apply to the physical world? Like, why does a supernatural entity need to enter the home through a door? That's why I like the idea of framing it already being inside of the house. And we saw it in that window, because there would have been no reason for that scene. And it would have kind of played off of the supernatural elements of the film. What the? Yo, okay. Now this is pure cinema nightmare fuel. I see why this short film got so many millions of views. That scene alone is going to give people nightmares. This is easily one of the creepiest images I've seen in a movie so far this year. But again, where is the reaction? Like, there is no way I'm going to be sitting there looking at this thing up the stairs and I'm just going to stand there. I'm going to be breaking my ankles, running behind me, tripping and falling, going out the back door as far away as possible. She should have left that home. Okay, so like I just said, she should have left the house, but she just did probably one of the worst things, like one of the most stupid, low IQ things probably in the history of motion cinema. Instead of leaving, this woman just sat there and actually stayed in the house with it. She cut the lights off and she covered her face. And then look what happened. To absolutely no one's surprise, the thing moved closer. Congratulations. You just conducted a scientific experiment. When the lights are on and I'm looking at it, it doesn't move. When the lights are off and I'm not looking at it, the nightmare spider lady comes out and it tries to attack you. So we know what the rule is. So surviving this should be fairly simple. Keep the lights on, keep looking at it, back away slowly, get the hell out the house. Let's see what she does. You know what? I'm rooting for the monster. Like, I hope the doppelganger gets her at this point. Okay, I don't love the ending. I would have had, if it was me, I would have had, instead of the thing just sitting there looking at her, I would have had it kind of like moving in a very creepy way, kind of like it did earlier, very, very fast, like it's rushing her. And again, more supernatural. And then I would have kind of, cut to black on that. Instead, it's just sitting there looking at her, and I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't really kind of look like her. It looks like her, but not really. And again, it didn't say anything. It didn't do anything. It didn't hurt her. I don't know. Is it evil? Is it good? Does it want to be her friend? What are his intentions? What are his motives? I don't really know. But overall, I think that this was a really solid horror short film. And I think the director and the writer did a fabulous job. One character a simple concept, almost no dialogue, and genuinely some of the most creepy visual ideas. So, one thing that I think I'm going to steal from the Double Vision film, and that's going to be execution in the background, whether that be doors, windows, dark rooms, empty hallways. You don't always have to put a monster right in front of the character, but sometimes let's do it, because let's let the audience see what's going on first. Because knowing what's there and that there's possibly something behind the character could, psychologically make the story a little bit stronger for the actual viewer. But all in all, I thought this was a very good movie. Good job. And yeah, this was fun. I look forward to watching another one. Peace.